Also, my chair broke. I'm trying to fix it. I did. Her favorite food is butter chicken curry, but she doesn't. There's only some places that she actually likes it, and it needs to be like a certain way. So she doesn't trust me enough to make it for her yet. She's like, you have to practice it a couple times.
This is gonna be so good.
Also, by the way, I started the recording as soon as Fraser started talking. That entire conversation was just broadcast.
Oh, cool. I can cook.
Excellent.
Hi, everybody.
Fraser cooks.
Fraser can cook. I'm pretty sure everyone in this call can cook.
I
can sure as hell eat
but
food.
I don't. I don't often. I need to get better at it.
To be fair, you are married to someone who can really cook, so...
I mean, that's still not an excuse. Like,
it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse, but it does mean you will always be overshadowed.
Hi. Jay.
Hi, everybody. I'm feeling very weird because I'm kind of sick right now. So,
and I'm eating my body's weight in Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah. So we may or may not be having a proper City of Mist session tonight. We might just be being a bit weird with it. Despite the fact I've put the tense music on.
That's intent.
Because clearly none of us is in a tent. I swear I'm sober. I'm just sick, and all of the cold is in my head, and it's just. I like think through concrete. It's fun. Sorry.
It sounds fine. Sounds so fine.
I've had. So yeah, this might just be a sort of off-the-cuff weird session. Yeah, so who wants to play City of Mist? Who wants to just sit here and chat shit for 3 hours? Probably about cooking, because I can talk cooking. I can't cook while talking, but... And I can't cook my own work. Huh? Somebody else said words.
Very first.
I'm ready for.
That's why you have to go first.
Yay! We're professionalists.
That's a horrible thing to say, Jonathan. Why would you do that?
I'm game for either, so that's all I was going to say.
Fair enough. Because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to turn on the casual music. I actually don't know if it's loud enough that the stream is picking it up.
So what's the verdict? Because I was so tired yesterday that I slept like a straight 15 hours, and I am not feeling any better today.
Oh god, that was me over the weekend.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I think, folks, sorry to have committed some false advertising. I don't think we're having a proper City of Mist session tonight. I think we are going to be doing just a nice...
Oh shit!
I think we're just going to be doing a nice chill-out session. And yeah, so... Yeah, Kelly's camera has frozen. That's probably the other reason that we might be doing a chill session, because Kelly's internet keeps shitting in and out.
Damn it, I was going to do like a high school thing going, Kelly never succeeded doing the thing that she longed for. She settled down and had 2 children.
Jesus.
The end of every fucking college movie.
Pretty much. Speaking of, I watched Dear Evan Hansen today, and I have thoughts.
Tell us your opinions!
Dear Evan Hansen
Never seen it.
is creepy.
It's about a dude faking a friendship with a dead guy.
Yep.
Fraser's told me about that before. Yeah, I think I also agree.
I really like the musical. Not any of the characters, they all suck.
Yeah, the characters are questionable, and it's like it does a big ol' we see you because you are depressed. If you take medication, this musical is for you. And I'm like, that's...
If you take more than one medication, this musical is not for you.
No,
the musical or the movie?
I watched the movie, which is of the musical.
I've heard it's very different. Yes, Johnny?
Can I have the medication but not the musical, please?
No, you need to take one or the other.
Ah.
So as soon as the doctor puts you on antidepressant, you're like contractually obligated to have get fixated on one specific piece of like really depressing media, and they give you a list. Usually when you're in high school, it's like, you know, one of those emo bands or something, which is why we're all like that. But I think you're a bit old for that now, so it's going to need to be a musical, unfortunately.
I was going to say, yeah, Jonathan, your options at this point are musicals, daytime BBC dramas.
That involves David Tennant in some form of dead body.
Of which there are many to choose from.
And you're not quite old enough for the, you know, the war documentaries yet.
Yeah, like, it's, you know...
Look, I am a white man...
You're not connected with your family yet to say who's dead as well.
I was going to say, I am a white man in my mid-20s. I am at the perfect right age to start getting interested in the Nazis.
I will
because that's what every fucking war documentary is. Every fucking documentary on the History Channel is. It's the Nazis. That's it.
For the sake of my personal sanity, please fucking don't.
I mean, Jonathan, just understand.
I'm sorry, no. In terms of the history periods that are the 4 history periods that are allocated to men, I am strictly in the Roman Empire category.
How often do you think about the Roman Empire, Jay?
Every day when I'm trying to get out of bed.
But did you not appreciate the bit of Greek history that I sent
you? Sorry,
from the really bottom of my heart. Fuck off.
Just aside from whatever trauma it was that Vary sent to Jonathan.
The Trojan War explained by Gen Z.
They were like, we need to yeet this baby Paris.
Yes, Chris? Would you like to finish your sentence?
I was going to say how very funny I find it, the idea that Jonathan is lying in his bed, unwilling and unable to get up, as many of us have been, and, like, the music from that bad Arthur movie plays, and, like, the eagle banner flies across, like, his vision, and he's like...
You said Arthur, I started picturing the aardvark.
Same.
And then I started picturing the aardvark in centurion armor. And frankly, degenerates like you belong on a cross.
I had like
please tell me somebody else.
And then an American flag. And then just the guy with the Spear of Longinus just stabbing someone in the cartoon.
Please,
Mr.
somebody.
Ratberg.
Please, somebody else tell me that somebody else here has played Fallout New Vegas, so that doesn't make me sound like a complete fucking psychopath.
No, I got it. Don't worry.
Good. I love that we're not doing sitting this. We're all. I mean, half of us are eating our dinner right now.
I'm drinking tea with lemons in it.
Bullshit.
Jonathan,
this is just a little miniature family dinner party.
I'm sick, Chris.
Is.
Oh my god, we're living 2020 again.
Oh god, don't do that. No, thank you.
I'd rather not.
But I've not got enough alcohol.
Well, that's your fault.
And I'm not writing a book anymore. I finished it.
I was gonna say, you were one of those productive people during lockdown.
I made bread!
Hey, I was productive. I gained so much weight.
I made bread and poor decisions.
I was in uni, so I just sort of had a terrible time.
So was I!
I was also at uni.
I did the last year and a half of my degree. I did the last year and a half of my degree during the pandemic. And, you know, I survived 4th year, but it shat up my 3rd year.
Yeah.
I had the second half of my second year, all of my third year, and all of my fourth year under lockdown, and then my final year exams were in person because fuck us.
I only had half a year of uni that was pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
Kelly, you should have just gotten COVID to spite them.
I know. But then I wouldn't have had a degree, so.
Yeah, but you would have had COVID.
Bourbon in my Coke.
You guys wanna hear something wild that I discovered while I was filling out a form?
The Fraser just said
Absolutely.
he's pouring bourbon in his Coke Zero.
As of this summer, I will have lived in this flat for 5 years.
Hey!
Crazy, right?
Proud of you!
Well done.
Stability!
Given there was a period in my life where I think over the course of 3 years, I had 5 addresses.
Yeah, one of them was by accident.
Oh no, that was address number 6. So, you know, I'm like, I respect the hell out of I respect the hell out of anyone that can live in one place for 5 years.
I think Jay wants an explanation from how he's furrowed his brow.
Because I'm trying to remember what those addresses were.
I moved out of my mum's. I moved out of my mum's place at 19. I moved in here, and then I just never left.
I moved from my parents' flat to student halls, back to my parents' flat to my parents' flat to my second student flat, to my parents' moving house, to my third student flat, to moving in with Vary.
Who didn't tell me he was moving in?
Okay, I'm gonna argue one of those doesn't count because it's the same place twice.
No, sorry, I took that finger down, sorry.
Okay.
Otherwise it would have been 7. So yeah, so 6 addresses.
Yeah, no, I moved out of mum's
years.
place at 19. I moved in here and I just never went back. I never moved back in with mum. I never moved anywhere else. I stayed being here. For.
The only time I have ever been...
And I like that.
The only time I have ever been legitimately pulled over by the police, they resulted in them going, "Hey, where do you live?" And I said, "I live in..." And they said, "So why does your card say Glasgow?" And I went, "Oh, because I have my parents' address on it from because I'd been moving to a different address every year, and getting your driver's license changed every year is a bitch and expensive."
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just hadn't changed it, despite the fact I'd lived at the current place for more than a year.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because I've been here since 2019.
Yeah, I've been here since 2019.
In this chair. I haven't left.
Yeah.
I'm late 2019, so we haven't hit the 5-year mark.
I was
yet.
right in the middle of 2019.
Yeah, I was October.
I went from my mum's to the halls that Johnny used to stay in.
Yep.
Then to my girlfriend's flat. Then to Kelly's.
Yep.
Then back in a new flat with some friends in Dundee again. Different flat in Dundee.
Yep.
And then back to Kelly's, I think, for a bit. And then to Mum's again. And then
You lived here for like
You also
months over lockdown.
well, you did all
and then to
you
a different flat. And then back to Mum's.
well, yeah, and one of those
Flat in Dundee.
and one of those flats used to be the flat I lived in,
Yes.
which is
The
fucking
exact
weird.
Flat you lived in. Which
Yeah.
is weird. I lived in like the exact place you used to live in twice.
Yeah, your
just by
Your
coincidence.
current girlfriend was
your
sleeping
space.
in your current girlfriend was sleeping in my old bedroom.
Out of context, that sounds weird.
It sounds weird in context, dude.
It does.
On a side note, since you mentioned being pulled over the police,
Yeah, because I've been pulled over by the police illegitimately twice.
I've been pulled over 3 times, so I win.
Never been
Only-
pulled over.
How
You two
many
must
times?
drive- You two must just drive suspicious as fuck.
Only
Well-
one of those was whilst driving a car.
Do you get pulled over on your bike?
Twice.
I mean, I got
I
pulled
got
out of a.
pulled over because of you.
I got
remember
pulled out.
that.
I got pulled out of a tree. Does that count?
By the police.
Yes.
Chris, explain. Chris, explain.
So, Times I have been pulled over by the police on my bicycle.
Oh
The
my
first
god.
time, cycling in Glasgow, because they got a bit miffed at me because I was cycling in the outside lane because I was going to turn right up ahead, but I was in the outside lane for too long, so they pulled me over and was like, don't do that, cycle on the inside lane. I was like, but I'm going to turn. And they're like, we don't care. Stay in the inside lane until you're going to turn. I was like, okay,
Wait,
man.
that's illegal.
God forbid you follow the rules of the road.
I know,
I'm
right?
first.
Well, as a cyclist, basically, like you
You're
should
worth
cycle
how
in the
many
middle of your
points?
lane. Quite a lot. You should cycle in the middle of your lane so that you're visible, but you should try not to obstruct the flow of traffic. So it's not against the rules to be in whichever fucking lane I want to, but it encourages undertaking if I'm puttering along at 10 mile an hour on the outside.
To be fair,
lane.
that is why I failed my first driving test.
It would be funnier if you'd been undertaken by a bicycle, though.
No, I just got undertaken by a cunt.
Well, that happens. Second time I got pulled over because I didn't have lights on my bike, and it was late, and I thought I could get away with high vis, and they were like, no, get off the road. And I was like, fine.
Yeah,
I love cyclists.
my only two were the two illegitimate ones were because I used to work night shifts. I would occasionally get pulled over by the police for the crime of driving at stupid o'clock in the morning.
Pretty much.
And well, the second time is only noteworthy because I was just pissed off at the time because it had been a fucking bitch of a night.
You're not allowed to drive late at night. What?
No, you are.
You are, but not
It's
if you're in the
just-
vicinity of police officers who have to work late at night and are therefore bored.
Oh, right, okay.
It's
That
random
makes sense.
stopovers for
The
to
police
check
are bored and
alcohol
petty,
levels.
and I wish they would just say, "Sir, you're driving late at night. We'd like to wonder why," rather than telling me I have a brake light out, which I didn't both times.
Yeah, such
Because
bullshit.
the first one annoys me because I was getting back into Dundee, and I clocked the police van behind me, but they didn't have their lights on or anything. They didn't have the woo woos. There was no woo woos. It was all sea breezes. Fuck. And so I was like, all right, they're just driving the same way as me. And then I go into the little street that leads up to my place, which is a not very often used street, and I see them following me, and I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. I pull into my little cul-de-sac, and I get out of the car as they pull in behind them. I'm just like, good evening, officers. How can I help you? Because they fucking followed me home! They followed me home!
That is pretty weird. That's pretty weird.
I was, if I had not been exhausted from having worked like a really long shift dealing with idiots and alcohol, I would have turned on the middle class white boy and gone, can I please speak to your sergeant?
Exactly. They say, I would demand your badge numbers now.
Exactly.
Right now.
You turn on the West End of Glasgow accent, just that little bit of Scottish, but it's very upper class and very respectable. So I'm sorry, officers. Good evening. Could you please tell me why you followed me home? Because
Did you just say you missed that accent?
You used to have it.
I did. And then,
yeah,
then I married a lady of Wishaw, and the changes
Yeah.
were pervasive and cruel.
I blame when you done the monologue that had the Motherwell accent. Ever since then, it's never been the same.
You know what? That is actually fair. That is absolutely fair.
once Motherwell gets his claws in you, you can't let go.
To be fair, there is precedent. You know,
For Motherwell having its claws in you.
No, I was going to say it's not the first time that I have lost my accent.
Yes, that's true.
Oh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Yeah, but you two with your whole accent mimicry thing.
Yeah, it can get bad sometimes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, dude, I once binge watched, I think, the entirety of Life on Mars and spent like a good day and a half speaking in a Mancunian accent. It was bad.
I remember that actually.
Yeah, it was bad.
That
You know
was
the best
so
part?
good.
You know what the best part is?
Go on.
The DVD's on my shelf over there. Cause I'll
You're
do
not
it
wrong,
again!
Manchester's
I
one
get
that I
'Cause
legit like.
I actually can't do, yeah, because I can't do a Manchester accent off the cuff. It usually ends up in Birmingham.
I don't often end up like copying accents, but I end up copying like the cadence of how people talk sometimes. You know, when I've watched something for too long. Like if I binge like 50 episodes of something,
Yep.
and then I just like I'm thinking in the characters' voices in my head. You know?
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, it has happened to me a few times where there's been one character with a particular accent, and I have, who's got like any kind of strong accent, and I've just latched onto it, and I can't remember what I was
I'm sorry, but
watching.
this is just that one Spider-Man meme of them all pointing at each other, except it's all autism, all the way around. I'm just
See, the
saying.
next thing I was going to say is, what game have you played so much that you hear the music in your sleep? And if your answer
XCOM.
isn't the Pokemon Center music, then you're wrong.
Oh, Chris and Jay, I've got a question for you both.
Oh god.
Right, who would win? 1 billion lions or every Pokemon?
Every Pokemon,
Every
without a
Pokemon,
shadow of a
Pokemon.
fucking doubt. Are you serious?
One Pokemon could be a million.
There's a billion lions.
Yeah,
That's a lot of lions, yeah.
You
Do you know
forget-
what lions aren't? Okay,
What?
right. Do you know what lions aren't?
hotter than the sun.
Hotter
Kelly,
than-
you
a
just
slug that's
pulled
hotter
your
than the
autism
sun.
card.
Or
It's fine. Uh-huh.
a weird dragon that has dominion over all of space. Because you know what
Okay,
you
but-
can't... Okay,
It's a billion
No.
lions.
No, this is the thing, right? And I mean this. I mean
one
this
lion could
sincerely.
beat a billion lions, and it's Pyroar, because that lion breathes fire.
And that fire is in excess of 4,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is
This
it?
is the thing. Yes. This is the bit that everybody misses, right? Is that Pokemon, the fun game for children, has the most insane Pokedex, like encyclopedia entries, if you take them into real life.
Oh yeah.
Fire types specifically, they just make up numbers. The Pokemon
Oh, yeah.
were just like, here are some numbers. They
Okay.
sound big.
Okay.
Like a billion
guys.
lions.
But
Pyroar.
But what about the lion ladder?
The lion ladder? Is that like the peasant cannon?
The problem here is not the lion ladder. It's the fact that there is a slug with a base stat total under 300, which means it's garbage. It's a garbage mon.
Yep.
Jay, the lion ladder is when the lions all stack on top of each other like a ladder.
But this slug is hot enough to set fire to the Earth's atmosphere.
That is true. Also, I've got Pyroar's Pokedex entry in front of me, which is, it is a lion Pokemon. That's a she lion.
Mhm.
And it says, with fiery breath of more than 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, they
More than
viciously threaten
10,000
any
degrees
challenger. What is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit?
Have you heard of? Do you know the Yakuza series?
Oh yes,
You know
Yeah.
Kiryu from Yakuza.
Kazuma Kiryu. Yes,
Yeah,
the
Kazuma-
Dragon of
One of his-
Dojima.
One of his like powers is
It's
like
500. It's
There's like a
5,500
move
degrees
he can do
Celsius.
where he just says "fuck your turn-based combat" and starts kicking the shit out of everyone. Outside
love
of the
it.
turn-based, like the UI disappears and you just start beating the shit out of everyone on the screen.
Yeah, he's Kazuma fucking Kiryu. That is a
That
guy.
is essentially what Pokemon vs. Lions would be like, because the
yeah.
Pokemon have to take one turn at a time, and the Lions just start eating them all.
Okay, let's
Because there's a
twist.
billion of them. You're forgetting.
Let's
I
twist
just
this
feel like
hypothetical
Big
then.
number.
It's a
Let's-
big number, but I just want to read you something, because I've just googled 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. which is
5,537 degrees Celsius.
Yes. What can... Top answer. People who ask, what can withstand 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit?
Nothing.
Nothing will survive as a solid, or even a liquid, at 10,000 degrees
You
Fahrenheit.
now have
It'll turn into a plasma.
you have lion plasma.
Argument in the chat.
The boiling point of tungsten...
What's the boiling point of lions?
The boiling point of tungsten is 10,040 degrees Fahrenheit.
I don't care about tungsten. Tell me the boiling point of lions.
Lower
You're
than
right.
10,000 degrees Fahrenheit!
I've sent you a counter argument in the chat.
I mean,
Let me read.
It's a billion lions, though.
Okay, let's ask a different question. Chris.
Fuck you and your nerd emoji, Fraser.
Chris, back to the... No, I want to keep this going. Chris.
Sure.
If you had to pick one legendary to go up against a billion lions, who would it be?
Lunala,
because that's a hard one.
Type. Lunala is ghost type. Moon bats.
Okay, but if ghost type Pokemon exist, then when the lions die, they turn to ghosts and can then kill the ghost type.
And Ghost is super effective against Ghost.
That is true, but you don't know that the ghost lions wouldn't join the Pokemon.
Honestly, on that subject, I would choose the opposite. I would choose Solgaleo. Because that would just take over the lions. That would just be like, become the Lion King. Because it's a lion that is also the sun. Look at him.
Well, that's one lion versus a billion lions.
That's one lion versus a billion lions. But that's one lion that is cool enough that it would become the leader of the billion lions and therefore win. That's lion charisma right there.
Your plan is to raise the billion lions.
Look, I'm just saying.
One lion to raise them all.
I'm pretty sure
and
at
then
least
the
500
savannah
million
behind
of
them.
the lions would get jealous about the other 500 million lions and then just like attack the...
I'm losing my sanity again.
Lion Civil War. Problem solved.
I mean, okay, but no, but still nobody has addressed, like, no one has addressed the lion ladder.
Okay, they get tall. Burn them.
Really, it depends. Are they female lions? Because they'll hit the glass ceiling eventually.
Ow! Ow, God, it hurts to laugh. Ow. Oh, I think I burst my brain. Ow.
My response was melt the lion ladders, but you know what? That's fair.
Ow.
But what about lion catapults?
Have you seen my
suggesting
lion
that these-
trebuchet?
Peasant cannon.
Are you suggesting that these billion lions have opposable thumbs and can operate and build catapults?
Is there
Your dog
The
has extra
catapult is
fingers.
made out of the lion.
is
I
there a
need you all to go.
stat block?
I need you all to go and watch the TikTok I just put in the chat.
Is there a stat block for
This
lions?
is really good. Kelly, I'm glad you sent a TikTok. Have you forgotten we're streaming?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
You
It's
actually
a
forget
billion
we're
lions.
streaming.
Okay.
Let's all sit in silence while we watch a TikTok for 2 minutes. That's entertaining.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
You have
Okay,
to
so
explain it out loud.
the D&D Monster
In
Manual.
bewilderment That she's forgotten that we're streaming.
The D&D Monster Manual
Hang on,
has.
we're gonna get mechanical up in this bitch.
It has stat blocks for random various creatures.
Oh, the one on the lion?
No.
I'm
no,
checking.
Just...
No.
You
'Cause
started this, Kelly.
you fucking started this. You'll fucking see
did.
it through.
Excuse me, Jesus.
We have a
You
stat
randomly
block for
mulligan
lions.
this shit.
Fuck's sake.
We have a stat. No, it's lions, not birds. We have a stat block for the lions. So.
There's no corridor of my soul I would not turn over for 2 points.
So, lions, large beast, unaligned, decent stats, 12 AC, 26 hit points, 50 feet of speed. Yeah, I had a point. So we have
26
this.
hit points.
So what I'm saying is,
So that's 26 billion hit points. As opposed to
26
effective.
billion hit points. So,
Oh, Kelly.
okay,
I
Kelly has fucked off, guys. We went too far.
I may have,
was frozen for
I
quite a
may have sassed Kelly so hard that her internet broke.
while. Oh, no.
Hi.
I really do think you should go look at the TikTok though.
Dude,
Somebody monologue whilst Jay watches TikTok.
Fine.
Any one of you, either one of you.
I'm gonna, but I need
That was
to
my-
monologue. We need to monologue to cover Jay watching it, and then
Yeah,
Jay
so
can
my-
monologue while I watch it. This is it's
For anyone
I think
who
you
didn't
can actually hear
understand-
the sleep through your mic.
I'm gonna send the link into the Twitch chat, Fraser. Don't worry.
Oh, is that rain?
No,
yeah,
that's
I thought I was
Sounds
gonna
like
ask
hell.
what that was. That's crazy.
that's my
Yeah.
window.
Every time you talk, we can hear it.
Yeah, it's probably just as well you can't hear it via mine. When I was
ASMR rain noises.
17, I bought some very good beer.
It's louder than your
I
voice.
bought some very good beer that I purchased with a fake ID. My name was Brian McGee. I stayed up listening to Queen when I was 17.
So that I don't know. Now it's no longer the sound of rain. Now it's the sound of the copyright strikes coming again.
Okay.
Sorry, when I was young, my special subject was The Simpsons. When it was good.
Yeah, obviously when it was good. That's a point. There are people born these days who will never have known when The Simpsons was good.
Not necessarily a bad thing.
Fair.
I mean,
It's on
some. I
Disney
mean,
Plus now.
The Simpsons may be a beloved show, but some things just go on too long. You know,
That's very true. Like this, like
like The Simpsons. I was trying to be
Simpsons went
subtle
on
about
too
it.
long. Simpsons did
That
it.
might be the most controversial thing we've ever said on this stream.
Simpsons went on to. I was going to say
The
that we got on
Simpsons.
too long.
Kelly, I hate you.
Well,
I think
she's
she's frozen
frozen,
again.
so she can't respond.
Chris, are you gonna watch the TikTok or should I sum it up?
I'm gonna go and watch the TikTok. You guys have fun.
Okay,
now.
have fun. You'll hate Kelly at the end of it. Johnny, how do you feel?
Oh,
Honestly-
look at the grubby face.
Honestly, like, all the wind has been taken out of my sails, and I had very little wind to start with. Because I was going to start talking about the lion ladder versus the peasant cannon, and now I'm sad, and I don't want to do that.
Kelly made you sad. Look what you've done.
I'm putting my monster manual away.
Lissy did this to me and Kelly yesterday.
You made me sad enough that I put my monster
No,
manual
fuck
away.
this. What? Because of the
No,
TikTok?
fuck off.
What?
Not you, the chat.
Oh, what's going on with the chat?
Hello, sorry for bothering. I want to offer promotion of your channel, viewers, followers, blah 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 blah. Fuck off.
Oh, Jesus.
Yay, bot.
I don't.
There we go. I managed to send the TikTok finally.
Yep. It is. Yeah, I think Chris is watching it.
Beautiful.
I hate you.
we
I I have had the wind, what little wind I had, taken out of my sails, and
Well, because of me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you. I don't know if you could.
Crisis.
I don't know if you could hear this while you were frozen, but I was going to start talking about the lion ladder versus the peasant cannon, and now I don't want
That'd
to do
be
that.
fun.
I'm sad. I'm sad now.
I'm
See,
sorry, I thought it would be
Lucy-
fun.
Lucy did this to us yesterday, and me and Kelly felt really, really bad about it. So when Kelly started it, I was like, "Why have you done this?"
I
thought it would
feel.
be fun.
I feel. It was fun until you realised that you had just tricked and played us, and now I don't feel good about the.
How-
I don't feel good about the
I-
argument I just had. I don't feel good about the argument I just had.
But I only brought
love
it up
arguing
because
about stupid shit like this. I think it's fun.
I only brought it up because I wanted to see what your guys' arguments would be.
Yes, and now I feel manipulated.
But Johnny,
There are not enough lions in the world to cure this.
but
I'm
a billion is a
sorry.
really big number.
Shut up, Fraser. Kelly.
I'm sad enough that I put my monster manual away.
Oh.
Kelly, if it's any consolation, I am happy to be rage baited into nonsense any day of the week.
I actually don't know what the peasant cannon is. I would like an explanation.
Go on, Jake.
The funny thing is, I know you're playing me, but you're right. Anyway, the peasant
Actually,
cannon.
no, I've never heard of this.
Well, I got a chance for a Dragon Ball Abridged quiz, so I feel better. The peasant cannon is a principle in D&D that... Apologies, we appear to be streaming in shark-infested waters.
Ooh. Jump scare.
That's my
That's
wife,
so-
everybody.
that's
I
so
married that shark.
Oh my god.
Wifey shark do 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 wifey.
T-shirt.
Jesus Christ. This has gone so off the rails. So
There
quickly.
were no rails!
We specifically abandoned the rails at the start of the stream, Kenny. And then you
I'm
brought
just
up a
bringing a
lion
different
catapult.
vibe.
If I had a couple of rails,
thought
I
it'd
would
be
probably have the
funny.
energy to do this properly. But anyway, the peasant cannon is it is a D&D physics exploit. Because what might surprise some of you who have never who have played a little bit of D&D but think it's a game of imagination and rolly dice. It has physics. Because in D&D, one of the sort of immutable things is that a round of combat takes 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So the peasant cannon basically involves every peasant you can round up from the nearby villages, see if you can get about 500 of the fuckers, and 1 brick. Because what you do is you get every single peasant to ready their action to pass the brick to the next person. Because passing an item from one person to another is a free object interaction. And it does not take your actions, your bonus actions, or whatever. So it can all be done in 1 turn. Which means,
So,
with speed equaling distance over time,
a time
You
being set to 6 seconds.
and every peasant occupying a 5-foot square, you can accelerate that brick from 0 to fuck you very fast. And the key with the present cannon is 1, finding a DM that you hate enough to try this. 2, finding a rock that's strong enough that it won't disintegrate. And 3, making sure that it's possible to outrun your DM when they inevitably try to beat you to death with your own player sheet.
If I was a DM, I would make every single one of those peasants die from the force.
Well, maybe not the ones at the start. Once you get sort of to the middle and then to the end, like, those hands are coming off.
Couldn't you only do it with like 4 people because it's like you make can you only have 1 free object interaction around, or can you?
Each character can have 1 free object interaction.
Oh, each character. Okay.
Each character
I was
gets a
thinking of,
free
like,
object
Hadron
interaction.
Collider, and then just at one hand.
No, it's a straight line.
Wait.
It's more of a, think more railgun.
Do
Yeah,
NPCs
railgun,
count into that though, or is it actual characters?
NPCs do count because object interaction is one of the basic actions, like run, like attack, hide, dash, disengage, and the other one.
Dodge, duck, dive.
Yes, that. So, yeah, the peasant cannon. Go and look up a YouTube channel called Offbeat Outlaw, specifically the
Found it.
Forever DM series, for a little lesson in how this can get bullshit. Because he created something he called the Demon Infinity Cannon,
Oh my god.
which involved him with an action surge, passing it round a circle twice, and then firing it at Satan.
They eventually got dental cause of it though.
He did start. That series does involve him starting a revolution in hell so that the demons can get a better dental plan. Which, fair. Also a piss tsunami.
Oh
But
god.
Thank you.
We don't talk about the piss tsunami. Anyway, this all started when Chris was giving his opinions on Dear Evan Hansen. Has anyone else got any opinions they'd like to give?
On Dear Evan Hansen? Or
Well,
Anything.
since
Fuck
you
it.
asked.
Ryan?
Opinions on anything.
Opinions on anything? That's scary.
Red velvet is bullshit.
Red velvet's just red colored chocolate cake.
Thank you.
Like,
Yes.
and then they mark it up like 100%.
Yes.
What's the difference?
This
Tell me
man
one
gets it,
difference.
Chris. You're wrong, and you should feel bad.
What's the difference?
Fraser, have a gold star.
You know, actually, there is a slight difference.
The
in
cream's
taste.
really nice.
Food coloring makes it taste a little bit shitter, and you're like, yummy.
They usually
Yes.
use a really nice
They
buttercream.
put it. It's like twice the price of a normal chocolate cake, and you're like, this must
Oh.
taste better. And it's just
I remember
utopia
when-
you have.
See, when we were kids, Mum would make our birthday cakes with Nutella buttercream.
Oh my god.
I can do that.
Yeah.
I've seen
Hey,
you
do you
do
remember-
crazier.
Bake.
Fraser, do you remember when I was 8? Oh, when I turned 8 and I said I wanted a pancake cake for my birthday?
Yeah,
So
make
Dad
a fuck
made
ton of
a stupid amount of pancakes, yeah, and they stacked. They gave me a pancake stack between Nutella between every pancake, stacked them all up, melted chocolate, and poured it over the top and stuck a candle in it, and then cut
That was
slices
the
out
most
of that.
ridiculous cake.
That's amazing.
I've gotten
And
really good at
That's
flipping
an 8-year-old's
pancakes.
fucking dream.
I was gonna
Can
say
you, can you flip them like?
I can flip pancakes pretty good these days. Yeah, like one-handed. Yeah.
I was gonna say the counter to that, because that sounds amazing, is that Barry and I were in London the other weekend, and Barry and I had found the souffle pancakes.
Yeah,
on,
the
like, Instagram
Japanese
reels.
pancakes that jiggle
Yes.
Yeah,
I have
and
made those.
Yeah.
They look so
We have
nice.
attempted to make those.
We tried.
They taste awful.
Oh, the ones we
no,
made were
really?
great.
The ones we
They
made were
just-
delicious. They were not very thick,
No,
though.
they tasted good going down the first time.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the second bite.
Did
was
they
a
come
bit
back?
like- Yes,
Ugh,
They fought back.
they did.
nasty. Well,
They
the ones we
just
made, it's a funny
tasted
story.
like omelets. That was the thing. They just taste
Too
like
much
really
egg.
big omelets.
Because
Oh,
what happened
we-
with ours was I had made I had done Kelly's dying.
Kelly.
I'd done a dinner
What?
party for a bunch of people, as I want to do, and I decided I was going to make carbonara, and I had completely miscalculated the number of eggs I needed. Like, I was so far over the number of eggs I needed. Like, I went so far over. Well, it wasn't just the eggs. So everything was in proportion. I just vastly overestimated the amount of food I needed to make. Which is, to be fair, where I discovered that carbonara reheats alright.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It depends on what version of carbonara you made though.
It usually doesn't last. I'm not gonna reveal my my recipe because it'll offend any Italians.
You use cream then.
Yes, I do. It just helps, okay? Because otherwise, I'm just eating bacon, scrambled eggs, and pasta. Okay?
It's nice.
No, it isn't.
If food is yummy, you should not judge how it's made.
Anyway, so I think I ended up with the whites of like 15 eggs. Ended up with like 15 egg whites. Yeah, see what I mean? So we were just like, what the fuck are we gonna do with these? I went, alright, stuck them in my stand mixer, whipped them to shit, and
Made meringue.
No, we made pancakes. We made pancakes with the well-whipped egg whites. They were good. They were fucking huge, but they were
yeah,
good.
they were.
They were
Oh
good.
my god.
What's that?
Oh no, nothing. Just reading something about King Charles.
Has he died yet?
Shit.
Kelly, your
Surprised
internet
Matt's
your
not put
internet
a
has
giant
the
cock in the chat yet. Actually.
Matt's not here. Kelly, your internet has the wonderful sense of cliffhangering. Because I asked, is he dead yet? And then there was just silence.
Yeah, sorry. No, he's not dead yet. But this is a quote from a royal expert, apparently. The king will not be one for chemotherapy. He has always argued against it. He's a great believer in natural herbs, potions, and things like that.
Fuck!
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
No.
That can't be real.
He
So-
has the most
can't be
expensive
real.
healthcare on the fucking planet. Will he fuck be drinking goat's piss and taking herbs?
So somebody's just going to take an entire basil bush and shove it right up his arsehole.
I would
That would
enjoy
be
that.
his brother.
The guy he appointed to be head of the royal medical household has advocated for coffee enemas as an ideal treatment. He is so gonna die. Potion seller.
Potion seller, I require your strongest coffee enemas.
Yep.
Tell me, sir, how do you like your enemas in the morning? With milk and sugar?
That's like sunning your vagina in yoga.
Hey, you know, you guys know how Kellogg, as in like Kellogg
John
cereal,
Kellogg. Yeah.
Yeah, was
He
such
hates
a
masturbation.
fucking.
The anti-masturbation weirdo who I think, don't
If you're
quote me
about
on
to
this.
say,
I think he is partly responsible for the trend of non-religious circumcision in America.
Well, so he was also a total fucking freak.
Of course
Because
he fucking was!
oh, it gets so much worse.
Anybody who is that repressed is
Well,
fucking
so he was
freaking...
an early proponent of germ theory.
Oh.
And he was really like ahead of his time when it came to like gut flora and gut health. The presence of bacteria in the intestines and like what they'd had to do with like your health and your disease and everything.
I mean,
So he ran a sanitarium. So like he promoted vegetarianism and nutrition, but also yogurt enemas. Regular yogurt enemas.
Pretty sure that's a tag.
And
I'm
like
sure it is. I don't want to see your
mean,
AO3 history.
the yogurt enemas. I mean, this was a thing that was so popular that he was so well known for at the time that several historical figures visited to use it.
Do you know what the worst thing is?
Uh-huh.
Cornflakes and yogurt isn't actually that bad.
So, I've got a controversial theory.
Oh, I bet.
What's that meant to be?
Barry,
Right, okay, so
where some
you know
people
how in
spice things up, you shove an entire ghost pepper down it.
So you know how in advertising they use different materials for to enhance the allure of the object, like how they use motor oil in pancakes to make a certain. So yogurt enemas, right?
Oh no. Oh no.
What is the yogurt making more enema?
No, I'm thinking more in the terms of pornos, like.
As
Are you
in,
saying
like,
it's a
yogurt
cheaper
enema
vegetarian?
makes the porno more appealing in advertising?
Is this the is sperm vegan argument again? Because yogurt isn't either!
Guys, it was several gallons of water at once and then half a pint of yogurt.
Half a pint.
That is so upsetting because clearly he wanted the clear out of the enema. That's obviously the point of the enema, with the water. But then he just wanted the yogurt just up there.
Was it Greek yogurt?
I doubt
Or
it, he was a bit racist.
Some sort of like Kellogg's strawberry flavour Petit Filou type deal.
Ah!
Was it Petit?
Did it have chunks in it?
Was it Punch Punch?
No man, Froops.
Apparently it's a really
Questions
common
need to be
myth
answered.
that apparently the circumcision thing is a really common myth and apparently he was criticizing that.
Oh, because I know that the circumcision thing came about not through sort of religious practices, but as a way to try and stop people masturbating, which was Kellogg's whole thing.
Nah, he said that it didn't do any good and actually resulted in a lot of harm, so he was against it.
Oh yeah, because also it doesn't work. It doesn't work in that instance, and now it's just traditional.
He thought everybody should eat vegetarian, a student fiber, use regular laxatives and get regular enemas because apparently gut health is the single like most important part
So
of
hang on a minute,
medicine.
hang on a fucking second. Oh, hang on,
And you
hang
should
on,
have sex.
hang on a fucking second. So are you telling me that John Kellogg was the Gwyneth Paltrow of his time?
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. Goop. TM.
In fairness,
At least he didn't make a candle out of the yogurt!
let us always be grateful that John Kellogg made breakfast cereal and not vaginal eggs.
Great for Kegels though.
I'm sorry. He just sounded so unhappy there.
Yeah, because you know what the worst part
Freezer.
is? If it was John Kellogg, it would have just been regular eggs.
Right. I can hear intense typing coming through your mic. What's up?
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, the fuck's going on, Fraser?
Are
What
you
are you
typing up
hacking?
your bullet plan going, John Kellogg, man with a plan?
No, sorry. I was filling out a character sheet for a different D&D game because we're not doing D&D today.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
figured-
That's very fair.
Cheater.
Tell us about your character.
Traitor.
Sorry.
Tell us about the characters, Fraser, and we will judge them and rate them out of 10.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, it's like the idea is the campaign is set in like a sort of retirement community, like a snowy little area where people just like there's absolutely the crime rate is basically 0 and it's very peaceful.
Are you a retired adventurer?
I'm a retired adventurer. Yeah. I've kind of written my entire backstory for like the whole 30 years I've been adventuring, including the backstory of all 4 of my past adventuring party, who are also dead.
The crime rate is 0, the STI rate is 99.
So is the average
Like
age.
Mystic Meg!
Oh god.
No, but I'm a Gith Yankee Blade Singer Wizard, is my character.
So how old do you have to be? The Gith Yankee live about as long as elves do, don't they?
Well, he's not like. Well, actually, I don't think so. I think it's like average lifespan.
Oh.
But he's like 50 something. He's just his entire party died and he got sick of it. I feel like adventurers can retire pretty young because.
Fair. They're a bit like professional athletes.
All your life to retire.
I mean,
Let's kill a couple of dragons.
So far, I'm like, your campaign sounds like we're not entirely sure which particular brand of strange fantasy we're going into. We could either be free
It's a
reign
millennial dream.
and everything will be pastoral and beautiful, or it's gonna be like fucking Cohen the Barbarian and a bunch of old men in shopping trolleys battering fuck out of each other with massive swords.
Genghis Cohen.
Well, specifically, Cohen
That was
the
it. That was his
Barbarian
name. That was his full name.
Discworld.
That was his full name. Was Genghis Cohen. Yeah, that was his first name.
That's beautiful.
He was Cohen the Barbarian. He was oh, fucking great character. But yeah, his full name was his first name was Genghis.
I love that. I had forgotten that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think you only find that out in interesting times.
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
Oh.
So actually, on that subject, because now let's actually relate this back to what we were originally going to be doing tonight. If you guys had, I may have asked this question on the Patreon before, but if you guys had to pick a completely different character or mythos for City of Mist, what would you pick?
Bagsy going last because I came up with a really fucked one.
Oh, you're gonna
yours is fucked.
Yeah, you're gonna talk about that one. You're gonna talk about that one.
Yeah.
Do you really want to talk about that one? Because you and I talked about actually using that for something later.
I mean, I don't think I will. I think it's too fucked. Plus,
I mean, we talked about using it for a villain. We talked about using it for a villain.
Tragic villain.
I don't know, honestly. It's a hard question.
You know,
I think
Fraser,
it
you
took me a
cannot
while.
tell me that you don't have any backup characters.
I actually don't. Like,
What about the mythos of TV tropes?
I don't either.
Okay. Well, let's brainstorm. Let's come up with ideas. It'll be fun.
Var just said TV tropes, and I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Essentially, if anything is like in a trope in media, they can apply that to a situation.
Is your weakness going to be the Bechdel test?
Yes.
As soon as there's
Or sexism. No, the weakness is going to be Harvey Weinstein.
Why isn't he dead yet?
Don't worry, the gout's going to get him. Hopefully.
I mean, Henry Kissinger died. Why can't we get Harvey Weinstein as well?
Look how long it took to get Henry Kissinger.
I was gonna say, are we just starting the war criminals are working down?
It's gonna take a long time.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, remember when we went Axe Throne and they were like, choose an animal's name? It took the guy a solid 10 minutes.
Yep.
What?
Great. That was. Well, all of us chose traditional animals, and Varry chose Harvey Weinstein.
I mean, that's someone who does deserve to be put down like a dog. I would have chosen a wombat because I think a wombat throwing an axe is really funny. Oh yeah, actually, yeah. On that subject, I recently went to a rage room.
How was it?
Yeah, it was really good. However, my hands and my arms are still in pain from the kickback of hitting things, and I did receive a little bit of a war wound Can't really see very well in the camera, but I did get... I got slashed by a plate that hit the one piece of exposed skin. Because I made the mistake of picking a boiler suit that was too small for me.
That
It
tracks.
was like, the first plate, and it was like, I had a golf club, first plate I hit, half of it came down, bing!
Like, you have to make those waivers that they make you sign viable somehow, you know?
It's fine. I stopped bleeding before we left. And, you know, I got to... Oh, it's a kitty cat.
Yeah, and he's making eyes at the remains of my dinner.
Of course he is. Yeah, he's, yeah, I managed to reduce, an old PC to 2 dimensions, so... With the help of a couple of friends. But yeah, it was good fun.
Don't fucking think about it, buddy. Oh, chin scratches.
Ooh, kitty.
Ooh, kitty.
But yeah, if anyone else, come on, let's think of other City of Mist characters we could.
Do you want me to say mine?
Yeah, do yours.
Okay.
Oh, Theo.
Theo would be a great City of Mist character.
No, he wouldn't. All you would do would be either sleep or scream.
You can have a
Okay,
whole card
each-
based on sitting in places he shouldn't,
Fair.
rubbing his butt on the computer.
Knocking
Yeah,
things over.
Your entire mythos is based around you sticking your butt in things.
To be fair,
He would have a knack for figuring out what the most important thing in any given room is, so he could break it.
Here's a question. Could a cat have a mythos?
Yes.
I
Let's
think,
go out.
yeah.
Yes,
right?
it fully-
Mythos
Look, if a
is-
dog
Explicitly
can have a
can.
stand, then a cat can have a mythos.
Explicitly, yes.
Oh, it's in the book.
Yeah, because there is a dog with a mythos. Well, there's a dude and a dog. With the mythos of
What's it called?
Cerberus.
Nice. Because I'm just like, I like if your mythos was the cat, as opposed to the cat having a mythos.
You could treat the cat like a
missing
relic.
cat. Well, you could do that. I'm just like, I really love the idea of having a weakness, like having like a whole thing around what Kelly said about like being able to identify the most important thing in the room, but your weakness tag is, and I knock it off the table.
You're right, you are.
So-
Overwhelming urge to. You know what? I feel like that's just ADHD having absolutely no impulse control.
I mean, I do think cats are ADHD, dogs are autism.
Is it bad that I thought the cat from Red Dwarf?
Nah.
And this is mine.
You
And
gain the
this
power
is
of
mine.
phenomenal dancing.
Yeah.
Okay, what would the mythos of the Doctor be?
Probably something to do with
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
probably something to do with like tinkering. Like, 'cause the Doctor is always like just bashing shit together and
Yeah.
reversing polarities and all that bollocks. You could
I
have
feel like there would definitely be something along the lines of right place, right time.
something like that. Yeah, you could have the
Or
you
wrong
could
place,
give your
wrong time.
you could give yourself similar to your ability actually, Kelly.
What do
you
you think
could-
you're doing?
You could give them a bastion that is regeneration,
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
or you could give them a
Leave my food. Leave
or
it. Leave
a
it.
relic of a sonic screwdriver. That could be kind of cool.
Don't you dare.
Yeah, I think the cool thing about City of Mist is like
Yeah,
two
yeah.
people in different canons can like choose the same fictional characters in Mythos and do it completely differently because of how flexible the system is.
Yeah, it's
Makes sense,
brilliant
yeah.
for shit like that.
Because like there's multiple relics you can pick for the Doctor. Like
Just,
Art-
that's
Retarded.
fine. I'll just move my keyboard. Then the desk is yours.
Yeah,
that's
there's
fine.
Kelly talking over me while I'm trying to make a point.
Kelly's
TARDIS.
So many
Theo,
things you could do.
most important thing.
yeah, you could do the TARDIS, the sonic screwdriver, K9. You could
Yeah,
you
K9
could,
would
there is an ally theme book, which is it's a Logos theme book, but you could do that as like companions.
Yeah, that'd be.
That
really
would be cool as fuck.
And there's so many like, you know, things you could do because in terms of like, you know, there's like everyone wants to think out the box, but there is like superheroes and stuff. You can just
Yeah.
have powers, you know. Your mythos could be like the Justice League, and you pick up power.
I would probably as a MC argue against the Justice League and say please just pick one of them.
I need to go
Yeah.
put this in the
Mr.
kitchen
Rogers.
because he is becoming mischievous.
Fair. Yes,
Hang
Mary?
on. Please tell me you heard Very.
I did not. What did you say?
Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that would be good.
Hi,
You-
neighbor.
Your power would be like calming emotions.
Yeah, you have the power to get people to talk about their problems and to accept each other. Like,
You
I
have
wa-
the power to stop racism.
One day, like we run a City of Mist one shot for Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers, Marie Kondo, and oh god, who's always the
Steve Irwin!
Steve Irwin, thank you. Just those 4 characters, and it's just
Chris
a
is obviously
nice
playing
time.
Steve Irwin.
I just think that
He
these
can-
critters are just the most beautiful. I mean, look at that length, look at that tail. That croc is dynamite.
See if you ever need a serotonin hit. Just imagine you're a gecko sunning yourself and Steve Irwin's narrating over you.
I have heard the tactic of going through horror games with monsters like your Steve Irwin. Immediately removes all threat.
I do
It's
feel like
amazing.
narrating,
Yeah.
like
Cool, look at the size of that pyramid head!
You could do a David Attenborough as well, like, and here
Absolutely.
we see the Slender Man in his natural. That's...
I
And
just
here-
always love the clip where he's got the 2 kookaburras and he like separates them. And then just goes, okay, you behave. And then jumps on his motorbike and fucks off again.
Yeah, Kelly, you missed it as you were going, saying we'll do a City of Mist one shot at some point where everyone has to pick from the mythos of Bob Ross, Mr. Rogers, Steve Irwin, and Marie Kondo.
Oh my god.
And we're just gonna have a nice
Bob Ross.
time.
Bob Ross. Debs.
I think
You make these horrible villains, and we just like, man, calm down.
absolutely,
chill.
like you
We
put us
can make your
literally in the
life
middle of
better.
a war zone.
Yeah.
Like, put us in a war zone and we just piece everything the fuck
We just
out.
start healing.
There's no
everyone.
such thing as mistakes, only happy accidents.
Exactly.
Does this bring you joy?
Kelly, your character summon, but like when they're using their ability, summons an afro like a halo.
But you've had like Air Force training as well, so
I love this so much. This would be so good.
I think Marie Kondo would be the most terrifying out of all of those because she would say, "This does not spark joy," and it would just disappear out of existence.
No, so it's no. It would be like you would blink and suddenly the whole world has like had its like feng shui like fixed.
Everything
And you
is-
look at it,
Everything is tidy. Everything has its place. Everything is happy where it is.
and suddenly you realize that actually the only reason that you were shooting the other dude is because the straps in your backpack were crisscrossed wrong.
Exactly. And you should say thank you to your rifle after every time you fire it. But no, that's lovely and wholesome. Chris, tell us about the really fucked up concept you had.
So.
oh no.
Yeah, this is
Well,
this is
very
fucked.
relevant, actually. This is very relevant to Kelly's "A Billion Lions versus Pokemon" question.
Shut the
Oh,
fuck up with
no.
your.
Did it have to?
Well, this is the thing, because I am a sad fucking nerd, as we all know, and therefore I was like, now I wonder, what would the mythos of the Pokemon trainer look like in City of Mist? The answer is bad. The answer
Yeah.
is really, really
Oh
bad.
no.
Because Chris and I spent an evening playing out this hypothetical.
So what I came up with was this boy who, of course, didn't know that he had misty powers until, at the tender age of whatever small
11.
child age.
11.
Oh yes, it has to be 11.
Have to
because
be 11.
11 is when you become a Pokemon trainer.
That's when you can go out into the wild and start cockfighting.
Well, this is the problem, because of course the first thing that you do as a Pokemon trainer is you catch your first Pokemon. So he captured his brother,
Oh,
who now exists in a pocket dimension as a slave. Sort of barely
Holy shit.
cognizant and existent.
wait,
And that's-
so
That's the trauma.
And then Pal World stole your idea!
Cunts. So the character is whose power is capturing beings and giving them power to fight on his behalf. But the implications of that in the real world have always been and are horrifying.
Are you the West African slave trade?
Honey, this makes them look like preschool.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's grim. So, you know, you start with a character with trauma because his brother disappeared one day and nobody understood why, except him.
Because the mist.
Who can summon his brother, who will never age and is trapped within a pocket dimension.
Twama.
And will fight on your behalf.
I can only say his own name.
Does that mean you?
Well, I was.
So would your power be you can like capture other NPCs and stuff?
Capture living beings.
Yep.
So, if you meet someone like an enemy over the course of the campaign who has like a power, like a mythos, you're just like, I want to use that power. Yoink. And now that person is your slave.
So you're basically like a dragon, but like a bit more horrific.
Yep.
I mean, arguably, the progression of the power would lead to that. Yes.
Do you get to keep all the items that they were holding at the time? Like, if they have a first aid kit, can they use that during the battle?
Maybe. This is this is one of the reasons where like Chris came to me with this idea, and I just went, "That's possibly one of the most fucked up things I've ever heard." And I went, "Do you know what this would be great for? A villain."
That would be great for a villain.
Like
Imagine
that-
when the party member gets captured.
Like that being the
yeah,
big
like-
bad of a City of Mist campaign.
Absolutely.
Cause fuck, man.
Imagine if you actually had the mythos of the Hitchhiker's Guide.
Don't
That would be
panic.
interesting. Specifically, the book, the in-universe book that is
Yeah.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah, so you would always be wearing a t-shirt that said, "Don't panic, you've got a towel over your shoulder." Great.
You would have to, you would have to have like a whole card for like having your towel with you.
Always know where your towel is.
That's a solid relic right there.
I know where my towel is.
Okay.
Workable.
I'm just making a carpet at this point, so...
Fuck.
It is mahoosive. It's great.
Yay! Harry, go and put a blanket on the world. That's the thing, is like, it's a great thing about this game, is you really can just do fucking anything, and the dumber the idea, the better. I mean, I still stand by Elvis impersonator King Arthur.
I think it's genius.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. I just wish I knew more Elvis quotes.
You should watch the best Elvis film of all time.
Fallen New
Bubba
Vegas.
Hotep. No, Bubba Hotep, where Bruce Campbell is Elvis and he kicks the arse of zombies.
Fair.
But Elvis is currently in a retirement community.
Okay.
It's wonderful.
Last thing is like you could do the mythos. You could do it the other way around and have fucking someone who's really into Ren fairs ending up as the mythos of Elvis. You could do that.
You have a whole card called Great Big Balls of Fire.
You have a whole card calling like Predator.
Your relic is either your blue suede shoes or like 9 pints of cookie dough ice cream.
Or
Okay,
a
here.
jailhouse rock.
It's just a
I
rock
have a
that's been
dark
to
one.
prison once.
Yep. Sorry, Barry.
What if you took on the mythos of a serial killer?
Which one?
So, let's say Fred and Rose West.
Barry, have you ever read Sandman?
I haven't, no.
Cool. I'll
They
just
turn
skip.
up in it, don't they?
No?
No? Oh no,
No.
we had the serial killer convention.
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. The Corinthian, who
The
inspires an
serial killer
entire
convention is
generation
great.
of serial killers.
It's so good.
It's really good. It's really fucked, but yeah.
BRB.
Because there's a dude who makes people into ties.
Which is adorable, obviously. Fashionista of the decade.
It's a badass. Because the thing is, I don't know if you read the comic, Chris, or you watched the show, but
I listened to the audiobook.
fair, because I think they have this in the audio play, which is, by the way, really fucking good. If anybody's interested.
It is. I know some of the people in it, and they're great.
To be fair, the audio play is partly what ruined the Netflix show for me. Because the audio version is just better. It's really fucking good.
Well, this was because my complaint. I mean, in fairness,
I have a few complaints about the show, but
I stopped after the first episode.
oh, look at the
I felt the pacing was.
ears.
Look at those ears. I just the pacing was bad, and they did like a weird like redemption arc for the younger wizard, and it was like.
Well, it's interesting because he's always got a little bit of sort of a more sympathetic bent to him in the original, but I didn't.
More because
yeah.
No.
There were a couple of choices that I didn't like, especially around the beginning. Because in the comics, your man just wants to be immortal.
Yeah.
In the show, he wants to bring his son back. Like I can get it from a narrative perspective, but I prefer the comic version. And also, the one thing there was a choice I didn't like, because in the comics, Morpheus is set free from the basement by accident. It's a complete accident. In the show, it's heavily implied to be intentional. And I didn't like that. That
was pish.
That felt cheaper. And I know that Neil Gaiman had a lot to do with it, but at the same time, I feel like his original version was better.
Yeah,
I think he may have been going through the divorce at that point.
Fair.
Didn't realize he was divorced.
I mean, given who his wife was, I'm not surprised he was divorced. Is that harsh to say?
Nah.
Views on Amanda Palmer, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't pay artists with exposure.
And don't crowdfund a concert or a tour when you are that wealthy.
Yeah.
What about the mythos of communism?
The mythos of communism. It is not. It's like it's not our rift. It is not your rift. It's our rift. You gain the ability. You gain the ability to spread another rift's power to everyone in the vicinity.
Imagine.
It's our power.
If we did that to Don Caligari, he would just be fucked.
I think everyone would be fucked in that scenario.
But that would be the joy of it, because Don Caligari walks around like Mr. Big Dick all the time. And you'd just be like, no. We Big Dick. Our Big Dick.
Our dick.
Oh, the beak is very, very big.
Check it out.
Theo cameo!
Theo cameo! Woo!
Hey, look up here! Look.
Follow the hands. Follow the hands.
There we go, look!
Nope, he's done.
No, he's up on the desk now.
Oh, look at the face.
It's a little blotch of darkness.
After the mythos of communism, the mythos of Tetris.
Oh god.
Oh no, that's horrifying.
Just, I summon bricks!
No, like, if you see a traffic jam, it's in one line, so you just touch one of the cars and they all disappear.
I actually feel like the mythos of Tetris, you could do something almost like a critical hit. Like, your perfect line is like a perfect strike.
No.
Like something like that.
What Vary just said has given me a fucking great idea. Oh my god. You could play a city controller, like someone who runs like city infrastructure, as the mythos of the labyrinth. Like, you're
Oh,
not the Minotaur,
genius.
you are the labyrinth. Fuck, that would be
Yeah.
cool!
Sorry,
Actual
when you
fun.
I
said
wish I-
labyrinth,
Power from traffic.
I fucking wish I had done that!
when you said labyrinth, all I thought was of David Bowie's Bulge. I'm sorry.
I mean, the Bowie Bulge is
Ah.
just there. That would be one of your that would be an entire card. Not just a tag, it's an entire card. But no, that would be so cool though. A city planner with the mythos of the labyrinth. That'd be a really fun little that'd be a really fun little world building thing.
You sound so happy.
I am, and I'm spacing out again.
It's okay. Quickly,
Okay.
someone distracted. Theo!
I'm going to go and get another cheesecake.
Just a whole cheesecake.
No, little one.
He was busy being adorable, sorry.
Just an echo cheesecake.
Just the little one. They're tasty.
Just an echo.
I felt sick. I thought I needed a treat.
Cheers, just
Wait,
a
if-
cheesecake.
If he's got a head cold, lactose is like one of the worst things he could have.
Well,
'Cause
you
it
said
can-
that with his headphones off, so let's not
I
tell him.
know. I
Too
know.
late.
Let's just let him inflict
Like,
more misery on
You,
himself.
you don't have dairy. If you want to have orange juice, that's only useful if you have the complementary mineral to go with the vitamin C. Like, but even then, that still congeals the back of your throat.
So yeah, lactose increases congestion,
I didn't
so
know.
don't drink milk in traffic.
Don't.
Thank you,
No.
Fraser.
That was good.
Don't encourage him.
That was good. It was good.
He'll
What can I
think
say?
he's people like us. I can hear you cackling through the wall.
That's why my mic's off.
And Fraser just goes back to intense typing.
Clickety clackety clackety
I'm
clackety
sorry.
click.
It's alright. Fucking.
I didn't know.
You do you.
My keyboard is so loud.
Yeah, it's
Sorry, Becky.
disgraceful. Fraser, how dare you?
Oh no. Oh no.
Ba-da-dum.
I'm not actually typing that intensely. It's just my keyboard's really loud. It sounds really intense whenever I do type.
Yeah. No.
By the way, Jay, if you've got a really bad head cold, the dairy in that
Indeed.
cheesecake's gonna go for you.
Silly.
Well, I've already had one, so
What's going on? No.
Turn up the suffering.
At this
Turn
point-
up the what?
Mwah.
turn down for what?
Sorry.
That was such a weird music video.
Yep.
On a totally unrelated tangent, that may only be of interest to Jonathan, but I thought it might entertain other people possibly. I recently picked up a game that I played only like a third of some years ago called Pokemon Snakewood, where basically they turn Pokemon into a hammer horror game, and I fucking love it. Like, so I just completed a really long and really annoying dungeon where the initial gimmick is we are the Secret Seven.
world.
Shut up. We are like, it's like, we are the Secret Seven. I'm number 1 of the Secret Seven, number 2, etc. And then it goes number 8, and then skips, and then number 9 is like the boss, and that's the opening joke. And you're like, okay, that's a basic joke. And then each one keeps recurring, and each one's individual joke keeps building and keeps changing, and it gets more meta and more weird every time, and it's delightful. Until, like, your character's like, how did you get here? Why are you still here? Can you still not count? And they're like, no. Why would we? It's beautiful. It's lovely.
Fair.
Yeah. So, I'm having a great time with this Pokemon game where you find, like, a desiccated corpse and you examine it, and it's like, there's been a, you know, the monsters have eaten the guy's insides, but they're like carved like a tiny hole through his head, like a straw do it, and then you just make a little off-the-cuff remark going like, these monsters, they're really precise. like an admiring of the craftsmanship while looking at this dead empty body.
Wow, look at that subtle off-white coloring.
Yeah, it's great. I love it.
No! No, I've got it's walking on sunshine in my head.
You're welcome.
God damn it, Fraser!
There are a few times where you add zombies into a game and it doesn't make it worse.
Yeah. Yeah. See, I've got it. There's a big list that sits just under my monitor. It's written on the back of an envelope. That is, I call it my media list, and it's just my list of games, audiobooks, regular books. It is extensive.
If I wrote the list down, I would be sad.
Well, because what I did was I basically took all, because one of them is the Pokemon emulators that I've got to play, the Pokemon ROM hacks and stuff. Because there's a bunch of those I want to play. I've got them, and it's like, these are the ones that are on my phone. And the audiobooks is like, alright, here's the ones that are in my library. And then I did the same thing for my Switch. And then I did my Steam account and my Epic account.
Oh,
That was a mistake.
Yep.
See,
Yeah.
I'm like,
I didn't know. Do you know what was even more of a mistake?
what?
There's a list of Warframe weapons to grind for as well. And it's the really hard ones that you've got to basically rip off Shadow of Mordor to do.
Fool.
Yeah, I'm never finishing that list. Never.
Like,
This
I
li-
managed.
Not with that attitude, you're not.
This thing gets updated and like gets cleared and updated every few months or so.
Like, during the Steam Christmas sale, I managed to show the utmost restraint and only bought 2 games.
I was very proud of you.
I think that's less
It was
than I
Baldur's
did.
Gate and Darkest Dungeon 2.
I mean, very much both worth it, because Baldur's Gate is brilliant. Baldur's Gate 3 is just brilliant.
Gustarian.
Oh, honk. My name's Gustarian. Was my Neil Newbon impression that good that everybody froze?
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe.
I
I
still...
didn't get to hear it.
No.
I think you froze.
Oh, honk. My name's Gustarian. Is that your sandwich? Not anymore. This is the thing. I still want to do... I want to do that Ranger Druid playthrough with everybody at some point. Get 4 people. Everybody puts 2 levels into Moon Druid so they can turn into a bear. And then 10 levels into Beastmaster Ranger so they can summon 2 more bears. And you take on the final boss with 12 bears.
That's pretty fun.
Just everybody
You heard
is...
about the Raptor one?
No, I have not. I have not heard about the Raptor.
Oh, well, it was a...
Because I know that Moon Druids can turn into, like,
a raptor.
dinosaurs,
But
yeah.
because of the level of creature they are, I think you can summon up to 8, and then you get pack tactics on top of that.
So you can do that in regular D&D. You can do that with Velociraptors because they're tiny creatures and they're low enough things. I didn't know you could do it in Baldur's Gate. I don't remember. Is Conjure Animals a spell in Baldur's Gate 3?
To be fair, I've not played as a moon druid yet in Baldur's Gate, so...
Do we get Conjure Animals in Baldur's Gate 3? I don't know. I did not play as a druid. I played as a funky monk. Because I was a monk and I was funky.
I'm just about to finish Act 1.
I barely played it. I got it when it was like hype and then forgot about it.
Well, we
I'll
haven't
come
spoiled anything, but I still
No?
want to go and make it possible to take on the final boss with 12 bears. Because I want
And
to...
Halson.
Halson, okay, I don't want to talk more about this because I will start voicing my opinions, and I have some opinions.
Okay.
And they're spoilery opinions.
Mm.
They are opinions that will involve a lot of spoilers, and I don't want to do that for Fraser. I don't want to do it for Vary. I think some of them are probably might be spoilers for Kelly as well. And I'm assuming Chris doesn't give a fuck.
I think he just enjoys hearing me, like, screaming at the computer.
Yeah.
Like, when Gail was trying to shag me, I said, no, get the fuck away from me so loud.
Yeah. Gail does go from 0 to fuck me quite quickly.
Yeah, he's like, come, touch the weave with me. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm a sorcerer, I can do that shit. And then
Gail
it's like,
going, hide my weave!
it's going pretty intimate here. It's like, no, it's fucking not.
Yeah, no, I remember...
I will shove a bit in your mouth and you'll like it.
He would. I remember having that conversation with it, and I'm just sitting there going like, have you not seen me macking on the cleric this entire time?
Oh, really? You went for Shadowheart?
Weirdly, yes.
Oh,
I can't explain it either, dude.
So, I have heard a very interesting point of view.
Mm-hmm.
If you are going to play as an Origins character, the best character to play is as Will. Because then you get everyone else's voice stuff, but you still get to see Will's story as well.
The hesitation before story there made me think.
He's got an interesting story. They all do. Oh, Kelly's dropped out again. Chris, you're Kelly now. I've changed. I've moved the scene over, and your camera is now labeled as Kelly.
Fuck's
Kelly's
sake, Chris.
Playing a game on
Got
Steam.
the bun banani.
Blinary.
Buneering.
I keep thinking, like,
But
how
oi.
do I do a Kelly impression, and I can't. I'm not good at impressions. I'm legitimately, like, impressions... Accents, sure. Impressions is not a skill I have.
The only impression I have ever been able to do reliably was... I can't really do it anymore. Was of one of my cousins. Because it was basically the voice I used when I was going into default American. Like, for a while, my default American accent, Chris, was Julian.
I remember this.
Yeah.
Hey, Julian, if you ever watch this, imitation is the most sincere form of flattery.
I love
Except
you
in
guys.
this instant, biatch.
But also, your cousins are cunts. We are cunts. We can't argue with this. We love you.
I'm
but
a
we are
step
cunts.
Well, a cunt
You're a
in
cunt in law.
technically.
You're a cunt in law.
Cunt in law.
Cunt
Oh,
in law.
I did nearly say what you do in step cunt, and that would have been brilliant.
I didn't enjoy that at all.
I'm just like.
I was gonna talk about this Instagram thing you said, which was like adorable Pokemon merch, and be like, dude, did you scroll past the Trap-Inch stapler to the Mareep mop?
The married mop is great.
It's adorable.
I
That's
love
so
the little
cute.
Gibble pencil holder.
He's a chompy boy. He's a little chompy boy, and the creepy Cophagragus hug pillow.
I mean, that one's aimed at Barry.
Is that a
that-
Dakimakuru?
No, actually,
No.
it's like a backpack that hugs you.
And it's a Cophagragus.
Ooh. Okay, I like.
Yeah. I thought you would.
Honestly, man, in that picture, it kind of looks like she's typing something. The Cophagragus has just got really close and given her criticism because the little side eye she's giving is just like, fuck are you talking about? It's like the Cophagragus is judging her work.
It's like when Jesus is with you in work and he's like, put this meme in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my mic is crapped out for solving it there.
Yeah, we're just
Sorry,
gibbering.
we're talking about how Jesus blesses this meme.
Oh, okay.
Just in case you thought that the quality of chat had improved while you were gone.
Didn't think so.
Yes, it's this. Yeah, I am sorry for anyone who is watching this. Nobody's watching this right now. But for anyone who watches
Entirely
this,
fair.
yeah, anyone who watches this on YouTube and was expecting the next episode of City of Mist, No! fucking nobody was up to it right now because I am spacing out really fucking hard every 10 minutes or so. Kelly said she was knackered. Vari wanted to do her knitting.
Crochet!
Carpet.
Apologies. Vari wanted to do her crochet. Chris is a bitch, and Fraser had character sheets to do.
Fair.
I am a bitch.
I'm
Well,
also very tired. I should mention that. I just didn't say it out loud.
I do have a relevant conversation topic if people are interested.
Relevant
Yeah.
to what?
Well,
We've been everywhere.
we haven't been here yet. To
What we got?
relevancy.
Have you got a flag?
We have not been to relevancy, no. I have not been to relevancy, North
Wiglet is my
Carolina.
flag.
Get that off. That's against Twitch's terms of service.
Well, I was gonna say to people what we fancy the next game to be, because my argument would be that Jonathan, having GM'd this game very ably and very
I want
ably,
to
we
be.
would have
I want to be a
wonderful
player. I really want to be a
Yeah.
player. I am suffering quite badly from DM burnout. I'm not gonna lie.
I thought you might be. So I was wondering about either running. Basically, the question is: do you want me to learn City of Mist and we do another City of Mist game after some months of break, or would you guys be happy to learn how to play Blades in the Dark?
I want to do
Say
a
it
different.
right.
Blades in the Dark.
Thank you.
Actually, I've listened to a podcast on Blades in the Dark, so like, I think it sounds like a really fun system.
And I will probably sit down with the Ox Ventures between now and then.
That's like
'Cause-
one of my favorites.
Yeah,
So-
it's I am very sad that the Ox Venture has never really made it into my sort of regular podcast, like
So they are
playcast
Blades in
kind
the
of
Dark.
rotation. I've never been able to do it. I just haven't been able to pull it up.
It's
But-
you know, it happens.
Yeah.
But Blades in the Dark, very much fan of. I mean, Kelly's frozen again, so we'll get her opinion
Yeah,
when she comes back.
I just want to be a player and like, because here's the thing. I don't know if I told you about this, Chris. I made a board. I got this. I've been using this new sort of piece of note-taking software so that I can keep a better track of things and not use quite so much paper. I currently have 4 potential RPG projects sitting down there, and a video that I meant to send you, which is a wonderful woman called Dale Kingsmill talking about various RPGs that she has that are not D&D. Because admittedly,
I'm a fan of finding out.
2 of the RPG projects I have are
Kelly's back.
D&D, because I
Yay!
have
Yay!
Yeah. because I have 2 books that are, I think, a series of one-shots or short campaigns. So are Candlekeep Mysteries and Keys from the Golden Vault that I do want to run at some point because they're very short and snacky adventures, and this is all heists and this is all weird murder mystery stuff. So I want to do that at some point. I've got a little board for. Nothing is on these boards. Like the board exists, but they're labeled, but it's just for like Untitled X. Because I also want to do a Monster of the Week game with you guys at some point.
Well, actually, Jay, I was going to say, would you at some point, like, once we've had a gap between City and Mist and the next game, like a wee intermediary actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf DM'd by
Yes.
yours truly.
Yes, please.
Barry
Like-
runs a beautiful game of actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf.
I won't lie though, I have been described as a chaotic DM.
By who?
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that's a fair cop. Like, what
Look at
was
this
it that-
face. What does this face look like?
Was it someone actually used the Bible as a spell book?
Uh-huh.
In the same campaign where I survived by soothing Shia LaBeouf with the music of Enya.
Uh-huh.
Not the same one where I had a warehouse attack.
Uh-huh.
The warehouse was great.
You're looking at me like I'm supposed to be surprised about any of this.
But none of
I've-
that is as wonderful as the classic Vampire the Masquerade game.
I've never actually played that.
I'm a little hesitant to learn I'm a little hesitant to learn Vampire the Masquerade in the same way I'm a little hesitant to learn Cyberpunk Red,
That's
because
fair.
it's they seem like they're quite big systems.
Especially for
No.
like a stream format, I feel like rules light is better than rules heavy.
Yeah, because
Like, Vampire the Masquerade isn't... I wouldn't say it's rules heavy. I would say it's dice heavy.
I mean, I will say that is one thing that I have as a criticism for City of Mist. It might just be the way I've been running it, which I don't think is book correct. But fuck it, it's fun. Is that, sometimes we go a while without rolling.
Hey, sometimes we get really in character.
Yeah, and it's fucking great, man.
Well, I was going to say, Barry, do you still have the PDF for that Kobold one-shot game?
Oh Christ, the Sean Beanie game.
Aye, where like the kobolds just like die and spawn new generations of kobolds, and that's like you're always playing like a new generation of kobold.
Yeah, I think I do.
So it's an RPG roguelike.
Yes,
Sort
it
of,
is,
yeah.
actually.
So, but you can play multiple generations, of course, in the one session.
That sounds pretty good.
It sounded. I remember it sounding absolutely delightful.
Like,
yeah.
the version I was looking for was the Sean Bean edition, where you could be Sharp Beanie, Bond Beanie, Fantasy Beanie. Yeah.
Game of Beans.
Yeah.
Just the most delightful things. But that's would I was gonna say, Kelly, would you be up for learning how to play Blades in the Dark?
What is this? What is that? Because my connection's been going in and out this entire time, so I feel like I missed an explanation.
We didn't explain, so you're fine.
Basically, what we're asking is, after we do City of Mist, and after we do...
Okay.
And
Sure,
after we
what-
do have a break... Fuck it, I'll get a word in space one day.
Jay, you're not fighting against people talking over you. You're
No,
fighting,
I'm fighting
against
the
internet lag.
I'm fighting the internet. What would the mythos of the internet be?
Disappointment.
Lots of screaming and shitting itself.
And
So,
wanking.
Mm-hmm.
And yogurt!
Apparently
Kelly,
so.
if you can hear us, put a Z in the chat or something. I don't know.
Shall we call this at 9? Just
I
since
think we
Kelly's
will.
internet.
I think we may be calling this at 9.
Yeah.
I think that yeah.
Yeah,
It's only so long we can talk pish for.
that's not fucking true at all.
Normally, Jay, when we were talking pish, we started an hour later. Remember?
That's
We only
true,
did
but
2 hours
also-
of pish.
But also, I fully believe that between the 5 of us, we could talk pish for 3 solid hours.
That's why we
Maybe
have
we could
parties
talk-
at Kelly's.
This is true. We talk good pish at Kelly's.
Exactly.
So, we could have that for Eurovision.
Yes, that's a point. When is
You've got a
Eurovision
wedding.
this year? Oh yeah. Fuck!
That is how you bring a man's hopes up and then dash them against the rocks.
It's so sad.
In fairness to the friend of mine that's getting married, she did say that they hope to be finishing early so I can get away to watch it. That's true friendship right there.
Yeah, so you're probably not
Yeah,
getting.
no, they're having the reception the same day, aren't they?
Yeah.
So we're probably not
Yeah,
getting
no
a.
chance.
Yeah, we're probably not getting a Eurovision party stream. Because one, I don't want to. Because one, you've got a wedding, and two, I don't want to do that.
I mean, I'm not going to stream it, but like, for a start, one, we need to boycott Israel. Hashtag political. And
in
two,
Eurovision?
yeah, Israel's been in Eurovision for years. And nobody really knows why. I think it's mostly because and this isn't controversial to say, nobody has liked Israel for decades. They are still at war with at least 5 countries.
Yep. Then we just sold them weapons.
Yeah, like that's not controversial. That's just
We're not friends or anything. We just sell them weapons.
Well, yeah, because we're in the UK and the UK is shit.
Yep.
But yeah, no.
Fuck
they've
you,
been in Eurovision
Sunak.
For years, because yeah.
I'm just
no
gonna.
No one else will let them into their.
Yeah,
music
I'm going for it.
competitions.
Yeah. Right, if we were gonna do a Eurovision thing, I would do a bunch of cocktails as well. That would be my contribution.
We could have regional cocktails.
No.
One of the best things during Eurovision
There's
is
so many
following
countries
the
I'm not-
Innocence Smoothie Twitter. Because they just go hard.
Okay.
So good.
Like, they are savage. It's great.
Absolutely savage. Fucking love them. So good.
I was expecting that. Okay. But also, I'm not making regional cocktails. Chris, how many countries end up in the Eurovision finals?
25.
I'm not making 25 fucking cocktails. I'm not doing it. Please, I'm begging
Why don't you just make the cocktails of the people that automatically go through?
Then you only have to make 5.
Okay.
UK, France,
Germany.
Germany. I feel like it should be Sweden, but I don't think it is Sweden.
No. Spain?
Might be Spain? Not sure.
Well, a French cocktail, I can do that really easy. I can teach people how to make a French 75. A British cocktail, I don't know, I can just hit Chris in the face with a can of lager or something.
That sounds pretty fun.
Yeah. Germany, I can hit him in the face with a can of fancy lager.
Or Fanta.
Is fancy
Or
German?
Jaeger.
Well,
Yeah,
No,
I
that
could-
was to sell to the Russians, wasn't it?
What?
Was it to sell to the Germans or the Russians, Barry?
it was to sell to the Germans. Coca-Cola was trying to infiltrate, but they actually found that Fanta was a better seller.
Huh.
So,
Who'd have thunk? Oh, and here's me thinking Pepsi was the one that would have made it over the Berlin Wall.
Beppis.
So much Beppis.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I could do a British cocktail simply by doing. All right, who do we steal this from?
It'd just be pure gin.
I could.
Just-
It would be a gin. It would be.
It would be poor house gin.
So what you want to do is you want to take 2 measures of gin, and then you want to cut that and sort of balance it out with 1.5 measures of gin. And then I think we're going to top it up, just smooth the whole thing out, top it up with gin, and then garnish with a sprig of gin.
To get the sprig of gin's the real secret.
Exactly. For Germany, I would probably have to do something Jägermeister based because I do not want to delve into the difficulties that is beer cocktails because that's a whole thing unto itself.
Why don't you make an itsy bitsy?
A what?
So it's when you basically do a Jaeger bomb into iron brew, called an
Oh.
itsy bitsy.
That sounds horrific.
That sounds like the kind of cultural fusion that
Also,
would
I would
suddenly
drink.
turn me into a conservative.
I think I need to have a drink or two in me, but I would definitely drink it.
Right,
It's certainly an experience.
Yes, so is
'Cause
being
what was it?
waterboarded.
Skittle Bombs, Cointreau,
Cointreau and yeah,
Red Bull?
yeah. It's basically it's a Jaeger bomb but with
Nice.
Cointreau.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure bombs is just like any energy drink.
Exactly. That's what we do with Ireland got in.
Oh no.
Because I have
What are you doing to my tang?
because I have, to be fair, I have made an Irish car bomb before. I'm not cleaning that up again.
Chris,
Disgusting.
Yes,
I'm not following Jay. He's not delicious.
Jonathan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you turn on the big light and not offer financial compensation?
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
I didn't have anything for that. Fuck it.
What a
Good night.
Couple hours of talking.
Sorry for this
Yeah,
bullshit.
just
We're
chatting, guys.
just chatting shite.
Bye.
What?
We'll be back next week, I
Good
swear.
Kelly said bye to him, sure.
Probably. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.